Welcome back to Thunder Run. This is the Muscle Car Rally, co-hosted by myself and EP over at EP Videos. We're halfway through round 1. 4 drivers have already advanced on to the semi-finals. Group 3 introduces 3 newcomers to the channel and welcomes back a familiar face, synonymous with speed, synonymous with winning. This is Group 3 of the Muscle Car Rally Tournament. Stony Miles, driving for Milestone Racing in a 1971 Ford Mustang Mach 1, weighing 61.3 grams. Ned Munson, driving for Tiny Track Cars in a 1965 Ford Mustang Fastback, weighing 63.9 grams. Numbskull, driving for Numbskull Racing in an SRT Viper GT-SR, weighing 64.5 grams. And Mark Pan, driving for Grumpy Cloud Racing in that Dodge Charger, weighing 60.9 grams. 2 vintage Mustangs, Munson and Miles, and the noisy sorts of modern muscle, Numbskull and Pan, clashing and flashy today on Thunder Run. A beautiful group. Welcome to the newcomers, and welcome back to Numbskull. And they're off. Everyone is through, a good close group. Miles and Pan neck and neck over the jump. Munson falls way behind. A loose single file. Each drifts down the drop. Numbskull passing. Miles shuts it down. Pan pulling ahead, accelerating. Everyone gathering themselves. A smooth jump. Miles passing on the inside. It's a photo finish. Numbskull in third. Pan takes his chance and punches it, and out to the final 90 we think it's his, and Stony Miles sprints on the inside, reaching for the overtake. Has he done it? This is just before and just after. Before, it looks like Pan there. Pan takes it by mere inches. That was a close call. He sits now atop the leaderboard. Miles proving himself to be a worthy adversary. Numbskull couldn't quite break through, but the race is still young, and Ned Munson needs to find a way to get on the board. As we start race 2, he moves down front, facing off against the current leader. Miles steps back alongside Numbskull in the rear. And they're off. Through the twist, Munson starting to take off. Ahead now through the splits. A huge jump by Munson. Wild, spun round. Single file, Munson now in reverse. Numbskull facing off with Munson as they pull ahead from the group. Mark Pan fighting to keep up out of the turn. Numbskull up on the wall, passed on the outside. Munson holds the lead, taking race 2. Pan, Numbskull and Miles in that order. It's coming out of the second 180. Numbskull loses control, cuts the wheel to the inside, up on the wall. That's when Pan strikes, seeing the opening and charging towards Munson. Mark Pan still rides high atop the leaderboard. Munson rocketing now to second position, and Numbskull still steady in third. Now, I know I've alluded to it before, but if there is anyone who is able to weaponize a comeback, it's Numbskull. Finally, now in front, let's see how Munson holds up against this seasoned veteran. 5 decades separate their driving machines. This should be good. Munson leads the charge through the twist. Out of the turn, look, Numbskull ahead over the jump. Nosedives, Numbskull almost losing it. Spinning round now in reverse. Miles jumps to pass into the turn. Miles failing to keep up, falling behind. Even in reverse, Numbskull is flying into the 90s, spinning himself right side round. It's Numbskull, Miles, Munson, and is there anyone else? I'm told yes, and here comes Mark Pan in last place. Numbskull is wild over the jump, the weight placement very far forward in the Viper, nose diving over the jump, and at Numbskull's speeds it makes for a scary time. He spins out, the group strikes him, knocking him in reverse, and yet still he rides confidently. Dropping all the way down to the final 90, he hits the e-brake through the turn for a final flourish, flipping round, forward facing now across the finish. Numbskull now tied in first place with Mark Pan. Pan, even after finishing last, he still holds on to first position. Ned Munson and Stony Miles tied now in second place with 7 points. It's anyone's race. And remember, only 2 drivers from today's group will be moving on. Numbskull again out in front. Miles with the best chance to post some big points. Munson needs to break through, and Mark Pan needs to wield that superpower of overtakes, and he needs to do it now. Numbskull and Munson pulling ahead over the jump. Another nosedive, he holds on. Munson riding close, determined. Pan and Miles nowhere to be seen. And down the jump, Numbskull takes off. Watch that Viper go. It's precision and it's speed. Look at that. Over the finish, Numbskull takes race 4. Munson, Miles and Pan in that order. Before we go to the leaderboard, I just want to relive this middle section. Each turn, a clean line. Each jump, a graceful landing. It's just good driving. Now, what does it all mean? We have another tie. Ned Munson and Mark Pan tied now for second place. Numbskull securing his spot in the next round with 14 points. And yes, you know what that means. Pan and Munson will face off now in a sudden death round to break the tie, determining who will join Numbskull at Pikes Peak for the semi-finals. Munson starts with the lead. That has been a signature of his. Quick pickup in that Mustang, making it over the jump. Pan lands as well, fighting to keep up. Nice and metered down the drop, still picking up speed. It's amazing his control at this speed. Hits the wall over the jump, regaining control, and Ned Munson breaks the tie, and Ned Munson, look at that, a new track record, 19 seconds 15, breaking Daddy G's most recent record-breaking time of 19 seconds 27. Wow! With no one in his way, Munson found opportunities for sprints and long game acceleration, riding clean lines. What a performance! And a well-earned spot joining Numbskull and the others at Pikes Peak for the next round. Mark Pan and Stony Miles, thank you for the great racing. We hope to see you next time. Add 2 more to the list of our semi-finalists. Mark Pan and Ned Munson moving on to Pikes Peak at EP Videos. Only 2 slots remain in the next round and only 1 group left in round 1. Before we pass the microphone over to EP at EP Videos, thank you so much for joining us today. Be on the lookout next week for Group 4. Until then, drive safely and always take the high road.